All right. The next item, management conflicts of interest. So I'm very interested in this one as well. We've led up with the two that I'm probably most interested in, because I don't really understand everything that's a management conflict of interest. We're going to figure it out together. First, and I will repeatedly say this, we want to make sure that not only do we do whatever's compliant with law, but we do what is also right and what feels right. I had a boss once that said, any decision you make sure you're comfortable being on 60 Minutes with your mom and all of her friends watching and explaining why you made that decision. So one of the things which I don't think is a conflict, and we've only recently started this here at Newell, we do it mostly in Fort Myers, we hired a couple of handymen, and we have them doing work, and they're billed by Newell and all of that. I don't think that's a conflict because, and I'm not even sure we need to do a disclosure because literally their uniforms say Newell Property Management and the bill says Newell Property Management. The reason I'm bringing this up is the penalties on this are substantial. Like pretty much the ownership can vote to terminate a contract if there's something that's not there. And while I can't see what would lead us down that path, I would never want a board to ever be in that position because of a decision I've made that I should have known better. And so that is really the only item I can think of where we're generating any revenue that is unrelated to our direct management fees. Everything else we do is management fee. We do bill back the cost for like postage and stuff, but that's basic. Yeah, it's basically a one-for-one bill back. We don't bill back a lot of stuff, which we probably should bill back. We're gonna have to figure out how to do these Teams meetings and stuff. So I think we're okay.
I'm not worried about Newell Property Management. I think we have some management companies that are kind of conglomerates at this point, larger management companies that are
okay, I think I see where you're going. So what you're saying is like it's the landscapers, which by the way, their Newell Landscaping is not related to us at all. Again, if you guys see this and you're with Newell Landscaping, reach out to me. I've reached out on your website just saying, hi, I'd like to introduce myself. You guys haven't responded to me? You're talking about the people that own the insurance company, that owns the landscape.
They own all of these different things, and they weren't necessarily disclosing it to the members and disclosing it to the board. So the big significant change, that conflict of interest provision was already there in the statute. It was adopted last year. The change here is that they added something. It already says it's a conflict of interest. There's a financial interest in the firm or a relative of the firm, or if the CAM proposes to enter into a contract or other transaction with the association. So it's not just entering into the contract, it's also proposing to enter. So they're basically saying just the proposal itself is a conflict of interest and you should be disclosing already. And I agree with that, right? Because it's not just let's sign on the dotted line, haha, now let me disclose. It's I'm proposing to do this for you. You have a huge mold remediation issue. I'm a management company. There's this other mold remediation company. Oh, by the way, we own a financial interest in this management company.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. That one I'm not worried about. And my biggest worry was, because we've never done the handyman thing before. We just like started this a few months ago, and I'm like, oh, man.
I'm not worried about that. It's
and we can disclose it, of
companies
course.
That don't look like they're associated with a management company, but they actually are.
And a disclosure, just to clarify, I don't see how this could ever involve Newell, but the disclosure, as I understand it, is it needs to be something in writing and it needs to be voted on at a noticed board meeting.
Correct.
So there's a whole series of steps that are in there. And that only applies to the management company. So let's say that we have a landscaper who's doing a certain amount of work and they own a handyman company or something. Do you own a landscape company and you also have a handyman? Nothing to see here, folks.